Welcome back. It is Friday, August 30th in the MLB. Our four best bets are on the way. It is Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday, 2 and 3 day. Let's dive into it. We had A's and Reds over 9.5. That was arguably the easiest pick of the day. They combined for 19 runs. Parlay of the day did hit. We have to shout out the Royals and the Orioles. We needed that in a big way because it was not looking like a good night because our other picks, it seemed like we used all our runs up in that A's and Reds game because Giants team total, worst read of the year. They scored 0. I'm not going to blame Logan for a ton on the Red Sox because they started arguably the worst lineup they could have started. And you just look at it, you're like, all right, sounds about right. And the Padres just could not get it done. They scored 1 through 5. Wow. Well, glad the parlay of the day did cash to get at least a 2-and-3 day, but we got to be better. We got to have some better reads in there, and that starts today. 4 picks, 4 winners. Let's have a day. Now, I do want to note, if you're watching this video, you would probably notice there is no breakdown today. It's been a long week. I've been moving homes and still in the same spot right now, but soon, starting next week, we'll be in a different home. But it's been a long week. I had to take a day off from the breakdown to just lock in on the straight bets and hopefully deliver a winning day for y'all. But on a side note, we will have another video dropping. Our college football picks video should drop around 12 p.m., around noon Eastern time for Saturday's full slate of action. I know Logan and I watched a lot last night. We'll have a lot of picks for Saturday, talking about some of the biggest games on the slate. It's a pretty cool video. We recorded it last night, so go check it out. It'll be linked down below, or you'll be able to find it. It'll be posted at noon. But let's dive into the picks though today. Let's have a winning day. Why not? Why not us? Let's have a good Friday. Let's dive in. First pick of the day, parlay of the day. It is back on Odds Checker. Top link in pinned comment and description. We have hit 3 of our 4 this week, 4 of our last 5. Going for a nice little close to the week, cashing 4 of our 5 parlays this week. We found one we really like. Should be pretty tailable across a bunch of different books, so you can definitely check it out. It'll be linked down below in the pinned comment in the description. Per usual, our last one of the week. I do want to note, actually, today I believe there might be a little, you might have to make an email account. It's not behind a paywall. You might just have to make an email account. I think Odds Checker's doing something like that. So definitely take a peek at that. And then finally, before I dive into our official picks, I want to note Bet365 has a pretty good offer right now, giving out $200 in bonus bets for week 1 of college football. All the details are down below. You claim with the top link in description. You sign up using that link, place $5 on anything, you get $200 in bonus bets. Pretty good offer on Bet365 if you're interested. But without further ado, none of that. Let's go for 3 winners in this video. I'm going to start with my first one, and I'm running it back. Padres, first 5 team total over 1.5 minus 125 on DraftKings. Yeah, they wrecked us yesterday, and I got to tip my cap. Sonny Gray pitched really well. I said Sonny Gray normally relies on the Ks. Well, he didn't get a lot of strikeouts yesterday. He was just getting the ground ball outs, which is something he hadn't done all year long, but tip my cap to him. But even though he looked really well, we not only got 1 run from a home run from Jackson Merrill, we also went 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. So we get one of those hits. We go 1 for 4. That's a run, and we cash. And they didn't even look good. Say you get the Padres going down to where I am. I'm in St. Petersburg taking on the Tampa Bay Rays, and I think they can get something going against Taj Bradley. Now, Taj Bradley, he's been anything but good recently. His last 5 starts, he has led 4, 5, 6, 3, and 5 earned runs. He has not been good. He owns an 8.14 ERA in August. Only silver lining for him is that he has been much better at the Trop than he has been on the road, but his last 2 home starts, 4 and 6 earned runs. So most of those bad starts, I guess, are coming on the road. That's why the road ERA is inflated a little bit more. But at the same time, he just hasn't been great. And the Padres now have lost 2 straight games. Didn't look great yesterday. They've yet to lose 3 straight since the All-Star break. I'm willing to bet on the Padres to get us 2. They don't even need to do a ton to get 2 runs. It could be a single and a home run, which Taj Bradley's been giving up some hard contact or all season long, especially recently. That could be the difference here. They could still lose this game, still score 2 through 5. And we've talked about in August, versus right-handed pitching, Padres 3rd in batting average, 4th in OPS, and 3rd in WRC+. Typically, they're a really good team with runners in scoring position. Didn't have the best series against the Cardinals in terms of those last 2 games, getting those timely hits. Let's hope they got that out of their system. Now in a new start to the series, I think they'll be pretty patient at the plate. Taj Bradley, typically a guy that needs those strikeouts, because when he doesn't get the strikeouts, he's 8th percentile in barrel percentage and 26th in hard hit percentage. So Padres, we're running it back. I need 2 runs from you. Get back our money you lost us yesterday. Padres first 5 team total over 1.5 minus 125. One of my favorite picks of the day. But I'm throwing it to Logan. I need a winner from you. You got a team total. Be back in today.
Yeah, hopefully the team total I can pick today. They trot out an 8-team lineup and they score some runs. That would be absolutely amazing for me today. I'm trusting the Cleveland Guardians. Team total over 4.5 minus 113 odds on FanDuel is your best value. Now, if I'm looking at the slate and I'm looking at teams that have respected my money this year, Guardians are definitely one of those. They've been getting the timely hits for us. They show up when we need them to. I'm trusting the Guardians. I also like them on the run line, the -1.5 run line, but Ben Lively's just kind of a liability for me. He's kind of, to me, a ticking time bomb. It's like, when is the real blow up type start happening? And it would be so appropriate if I rarely touch run lines that I touch one today and Ben Lively hosts BP. So I'm not going to do that, but I still think the Guardians, to even cover the run line, are likely going to need to score 4 to 5 runs in that one. And I like them today against Bailey Falter. Bailey Falter starts for the Pirates, 4.25 ERA, 1.26 WHIP for Bailey Falter. Bailey Falter, obviously, I know his pitching game went really well. He used to pitch for my Phillies, so I know what we're getting with him. He's finally hitting the regression wall that I knew was coming for him. I tried fading him earlier in the season. I said, this guy's not very good. Well, he had the horseshoe up you know where. Now it's finally starting to slip, and his numbers are definitely coming back down to where I knew him to be. 5.94 ERA in August, 330 batting average allowed since the All-Star break. Those are terrible numbers, and I think the Guardians are the type of team to be able to capitalize on him. Falter allows a 260 batting average with runners in scoring position and a 284 batting average second time through the order. So when hitters can finally make the adjustment off Bailey Falter, that's really where they're having success. And I think with runners on base, if there's a lot of base traffic in this one, which I think there will be, Cleveland will be able to capitalize off that. Bailey Falter has a juiced 5.5 hits allowed line and a juiced 2.5 earned run line. Now, I'm not saying the lines mean everything, because definitely Bowden Francis' juiced 2.5 earned run line. Yeah, good one. So, I mean, if you're looking at this line, though, I really do think Bailey Falter is on the hook for 3+ earned runs in this one. And with runners in scoring position, Cleveland's still hitting 264, which is solid considering how inconsistent their offense has been this month. The Guardians have put up several dud games here and there, and I know they're hard to trust for some sometimes, but I think this is just a spot we got to take them. August hasn't been the best month for Cleveland against lefties, but they're still hitting 248 against lefties at home, which is where I want to target them. Cleveland on the road, it's a dart throw bet to me. Cleveland at home is where I can trust them. And on the season, Cleveland's 7th best in runs per game scored at home. It's the top 10 offense at home. We have to trust these guys. There's talent all throughout that lineup. Definitely some big time hitters. And over the last 14 days, Pittsburgh's bullpen, straight liability. And this is really where I want to take this bet too, because I don't even know how long Falter's going to go. He could go 4 to 5 innings, and I'd be shocked if he went over 5 innings. Over the last 14 days, Pittsburgh is last in bullpen ERA at a 6.99. I mean, arms that they normally trust, like Bednar, they've been terrible. I mean, there's not a whole lot of trustworthy bullpen arms in that one. And I think if you combine Bailey Falter regression hitting and the Pittsburgh bullpen being so bad, I just see a lot of run opportunities for the Guardians in this one. Hopefully they bring the bats today. Hopefully they do not put up the goose egg, make me look stupid. But I do really like this as my best bet of the day. But Austin, close out the video. Where are you going?
Yeah, we're actually going to a play we had in our parlay of the day yesterday. It was a little sweaty to cash. That was a much more juiced yesterday. Today it's actually decent playable odds. Let's dive into it. Kansas City and Houston, both teams have scored 2 through the first 7 innings, which is currently -120 on DraftKings. Now, this was a parlay leg yesterday because it was much too juiced. It's like -180, -190. Now I get -120. I like a stab at this. Now, I don't mind runs in this game. Obviously, I lean kind of the over. I think it will be pretty tight. I think both these two teams will put up 2 or 3 apiece, and then you have to see if maybe one of the teams could break off for 5 or 6, and that's kind of how you're going to try to cash that over. I don't mind a first 5 over here either, but we've seen too many times before, hey, teams maybe struggle the first few times through the order, and that third time against the starter, we see them score a lot in the 6th, the 7th. We saw the Kansas City Royals do that exactly yesterday. They had nothing going the whole game through 6 innings. 7th inning, they got things going, and they got a cheesy hit down the line, which ended up scoring 3. They ended up choking that in the 8th inning, that lead. But I really think this is going to be a good spot for some runs. We'll start with Seth Lugo, who starts for the Royals. His innings are really catching up to him. Obviously, Seth Lugo's been a pitcher around the MLB for a while, but 172 innings on the year, which is 25 more than he's ever pitched, and the most innings he had ever thrown was last year. So he's had back-to-back seasons of a ton of innings, something he hadn't done all in his career, and those innings are starting to catch up to him. His last 4 starts, Lugo, 4, 7, 2, and 5 earned runs. Look, we only need 2 today. We don't need him to spawn out there and give out 5, but if he wants to, go for it. The last 2 weeks, we've talked to the Astros, top 10 offense versus righties, and they're basically like 8th in batting average, OPS, WRC+. They've been solid. Didn't get a ton going against Brady Singer yesterday, but got the 2 runs that we needed. And even if it's not Lugo, who could go 7, honestly, here, it will be a Royals bullpen that obviously choked yesterday and has not been great recently. I think this comes down to Framber Valdez and how he pitches against the Astros. Now, this is a little bit of we throw it back to last year. If you recall, there was a pick that I did around this time. It was actually in September. It was Bobby Witt Jr. to record a hit in the Royals over team total over 2.5. It was a pick that I really liked, and it had cashed in the first inning. Bobby had a triple. They scored 4 on Valdez in the first inning. I'm not saying that happens today, but they have had decent numbers against him. Now, that was a reason I backed Valdez in that, or faded him in that start, was he had just pitched actually a gem against the Royals. They saw him a week later and figured out his pitches. But this is a Royals team that's much better than it was last year, obviously. And we've seen, Valdez is solid. I'm not poking holes into his game. He's been great in August. But you look at the teams he's faced. He faced the Rangers, tried to throw a no-hitter against them, the Rays, and the White Sox. We're talking about 3 teams that honestly have no interest in winning these days. His only start against a team that actually I think cared about winning was the Orioles, who still wasn't good against lefties or righties, and they got 6 hits, 3 earned runs off of Valdez. Now he's going to face a Royals team that we've talked about coming off a loss, so they obviously, and this is a team thick in the playoff race. They are going to try every single day because they need these wins. I'm confident they can get things going. In August, the Royals, 3rd in batting average, 4th in OPS, and 9th in WRC plus versus lefties. We saw them in the beginning of August put up 5 earned runs on Skubal, and they don't strike out a ton. And Valdez, he does keep the ball on the ground, a high ground ball rate, but 7th in hard hit percentage. So I think we could get some hard hits, maybe down the line for some doubles. The Royals are not a team that relies on the home run ball like some other offenses out there. Yesterday, they didn't have a single home run. It was all singles, walks, and things like that. They're going to take the plate appearances as they come. If you're going to walk them, which Valdez is capable of walking guys, then the Royals will take that and move it to the next guy who they've been able to get those hits all year long with runners in scoring position. So I really like it. The last time they saw Valdez, like I said, was back in Houston in September. He gave up 6 earned runs. I think we could see them get something out of Valdez. I'm not saying they tag him for 4 or 5, but he's going to give them chances all game long. It comes down to can the Royals capitalize on those chances. And with 7 innings, we got plenty of time to capitalize on them. So I do like this one a lot. Give me both these 2 teams to score in the first 7 innings, minus 120. If you go to first 5, that's probably like plus 180. So if you're feeling spicy on a Friday, go for it. If you don't know where this market is, it's on DraftKings and BetMGM. On BetMGM, it's under the innings tab, and then you have to scroll down a little bit. On DraftKings, that's under the first X plus innings. You'll see ones for the first 5, then I believe the first 3, and then the first 7 is the bottom one. So hopefully you've been tailing them. It's been a market we've done really well on this season, and it's one we've been including in our parlays of the day. So guys, like a good segue, parlay of the day should be live in a little bit, so go check it out. It'll be linked down below in the pinned comment in the description. And our college football best bets video will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Probably do a premiere, so if you want to join the premiere where Logan and I are chatting in the live chat with you, and you can ask us some questions, watch the video, we will do that as well. You guys have a wonderful day. Logan Austin signing out. Let's have a big day, 4-0. Get the vibes back on the track. Let's have a great day. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.